Hey, before we get into the video proper, I am a dumbass. Um, the, the Flash reviews are going to stop for a little while because the setup I had is now fucked because Flash is dead. That's my fault. I knew going in that Flash was going to die, but I kinda just went with the easiest solution, which was not thinking about it. And now that's biting me on the ass, so I'm gonna deal with that. Flash Game Reviews will be back, but in their stead, I wanted to do this. I like RPG horror stories and stuff. I like listening to them in the background, so I decided why not record some. We're gonna be doing some shorter stories, and I'll have my thoughts at the end, I suppose. So let's get right into it. Pretty short and boring one compared to a few of the posts I've seen here, but I just wanted to rant about some of the players and DMs that I've encountered online during COVID. Specifically the ones that seem to think that they can assess the entirety of your personality Criminal Minds style after a 1-minute conversation in PMs. The person that exemplifies this the most is a guy that decided to immediately kick me from the Discord server we were using to play, and then blocked me because I asked if he was alright with me using a homebrew familiar. You may think that I'm abridging a long, heated conversation by describing the entire interaction in one sentence, but I'm not. At a respectful 10-minute back and forth through PMs, he said he'd rather I play a regular familiar. I said okay, he approved, and then I was gone with no explanation. He'd admitted to having kicked a few players already over creative differences when I joined the server, so I can only assume that they met the same fate that I did. Second story. It was me and my buddies playing, 6 of us, on a Sunday night, as we always do. We just finished Rise of Tiamat, and one of the players wanted to take his first shot at DMing with a short story he wrote. One player decided he wanted to playtest a new class he had just homebrewed, the Medic. The DM okayed this, and we started the game at 2nd level. All was going fine with the exception of the player who was playtesting his new class. The slow, turn-based combat of D&D wears him out over the 6 hours we play, and the fact we're doing this on Roll20 doesn't help. But he's usually pretty good at still trying to stay engaged. Not this time, though. He kept on getting horrible attack rolls with his weapons, and got more and more frustrated, to the point where he told the DM to just skip his turn, because even if he did hit, he wouldn't be doing much damage anyways. We asked him why he didn't just pick a better weapon his class had proficiency with, or why he didn't bother healing us, you know, the main thing his class was designed for. His response was something along the lines of, well, this class doesn't get fun until 5th level. So we kept playing without him, but he still stayed in the call and game for some reason. The breaking point was reached when he kept drawing shit on the map during combat, and the DM was finally done with him. The DM told him that if he was going to keep being a douche, he could leave, and he did just that. Felt so bad for the DM. First time DMing, he had to put up with that bullshit. We haven't talked about it since it happened, but if he keeps pulling that shit off, we're probably gonna have to kick him from the group. Story 3. Final one, and longest. The story took place a while ago, so details are a bit fuzzy, but this was D&D 5e, and we had a group of 6 players. In the current arc of the campaign, there was this Ragnarok-like event that was going to basically blow up the entire universe, or something. And the only way to stop it was by collecting a sacred artifact from every plane of existence to create a one-use tool that would immediately destroy the threat of any sort of calamity. When the party reached a specific plane, I can't remember the name, which was home to a bunch of gods, we entered the gods' castle. We were immediately stopped by some sort of god of knowledge. We told the god that we were looking for something, to which he responded, "Yes, we have that, but I can't let you have it." To which we told him that we don't get the artifact, trillions of people will die, which the god replied that it wasn't the gods' place to interfere with the troubles of the mortals. And then he walked away and closed off all entrances to the castle. I thought that was a bit silly, but fine. We'll just sneak in and steal it anyway. Fast forward to the wizard of the party using a teleport spell to get to the location of the artifact after some scrying to find it, and once the wizard teleported to the artifact, there was literally a god guarding the artifact, which goes completely against what the god of knowledge previously said. They are now deliberately interfering with the troubles of the mortals, and the only people who can save the universe. Anyway, back to the wizard versus the god, who was Baphomet, by the way. Motherfucking Baphomet is on guard duty to try and prevent people from saving the world. So the wizard picks up the artifact and prepares to teleport back, but not before Baphomet punches him. Not only punches him, but crits as well, instantly killing the poor wizard. It was this point where I asked the DM what the hell is going on, and what we were even supposed to do, to which the DM smugly replied, "A good DM never has a predetermined solution, because that's railroading." He didn't even have a clue either. He would shoot down all of our plans that didn't involve putting ourselves at risk by being one-shot by a god, and didn't seem very prepared on what was to happen. We eventually got the artifact by literally doing the exact same thing as the wizard, but tanking Baphomet's punch this time. Do not understand that DM one bit. Okay, thoughts time. We'll start with the first one. The first story, I think he dodged a bullet, dude. Like, creative difference. He sounds like an asshole. He sounded like an asshole, and you dodged the bullet by being kicked out by him. Second story. This is the player's fault. If he homebrewed this class, the medic, and he knew that it wouldn't get fun until 5th level, and he knew that they were starting at 2nd level, then why play it? First of all, why make, why homebrew a class at all that can't give at least a little bit of fun before a specific level, especially if you're playtesting it? Like, I guess, yeah, maybe he could now rework that, but from the sounds of it, it kind of sounds like he doesn't give a shit about the fact that it's not fun until 5th level. Maybe it's just not fun to him, but, like, there's still this whole thing about, like, just make the class fun. Like, it can be fun before... I think Fighter is fun before 5th level. I like it at 1st level. Wizard, Sorcerer, all of the classes, like, just depending on the kind of person you are, like, if you're gonna make a class that you don't think is fun until you get something outrageous or stupid or whatever, then, like, don't play the class. Especially if you're not starting at the level that you think is the only good one. Third story. Jesus Christ. This is stupid. This is such a stupid thing. I hate the fucking... A good DM never has a predetermined solution. No, you know what a good DM does? A good DM knows what's going... knows what the solution is, but can work around the players. If they do something that would work, but isn't the exact solution, you give it to them. That's what a good DM would do. A good DM doesn't sit there having no idea what the fuck is going on and just being like, I know exactly what's happening. You have no idea what's gonna happen. You're completely just saying fuck you to your players and sitting back and letting them die. That poor wizard didn't deserve that. Also, the whole, like the gods not directly involving themselves with the troubles of the mortals. That was a lie. I mean, again, these are all just sort of my opinions, so, like, don't take this as me saying, like, these are facts, this is factual, this is what you should do. But as someone who has been DMing for a long time, I think that it's really important to understand your party, or at least, like, if the party that you're DMing is new to you, then, like, if you have a solution to a puzzle, like, make it a very loose solution. Don't go with like that kind of like hard puzzles and solutions and stuff like that until you know your party completely. And if this guy did, I mean, it's kind of stupid. It's still kind of stupid. I don't know. Those are my opinions, though. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, click the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell, too. I guess that's a thing that people say sometimes. Comment with what you thought of these stories. I mean, I have my opinions at the end. I'd like to hear your guys's. What do you think? Maybe your opinions are different than me. I'd love to read them. And I will. I will read them. So, that's it for now. Another video eventually. Let's see how this goes.